There is a rhythm to this world, a melody that hums beneath the surface of all things. It beats in the heart of the ocean, in the whisper of the wind, in the laughter of a child. It is the rhythm of purpose, the undeniable, unshakable truth that nothing was placed here by accident, not the towering trees, not the stars flung high into the heavens, and certainly not you. Oh, no, you were not an afterthought, not a mistake, not some wandering soul without a direction. You were designed, crafted, shaped with intention, carved with love. And if you ever doubted that, if you ever felt like a misplaced puzzle piece in the grand picture of life, then listen, because this is for you. There was a time, perhaps, when you felt invisible, like the world was moving too fast and you were caught in its shadow, trying to find your place, trying to understand where you fit. You looked around, and maybe you saw others standing tall, walking with certainty, their paths laid before them like golden roads stretching to the horizon. And you, well, you hesitated, you questioned, you wondered if you were meant for anything more than just existing. But hear me when I say this, nothing, and I mean nothing, exists without purpose. Not the smallest drop of rain that kisses the earth, not the lone bird that soars against the morning sky. And if something as simple as a raindrop can hold meaning, what does that say about you? You were spoken into existence with care, fashioned with precision. Every fiber of your being, every quirk, every strength, even your struggles, yes, even the hardships, are part of something greater than you can see right now. There are no wasted pieces, no extra threads in the fabric of your existence. You were meant to be here. You were meant to walk this earth, to breathe this air, to leave fingerprints on the world that no one else can. Oh, but I know that doubt creeps in like an unwelcome guest. It whispers in the dark corners of your mind, tells you that you are not enough, that your past is too heavy, that your dreams are too far. It tells you that your scars are signs of weakness, that your voice is too small to be heard. But let me tell you something. There is nothing weak about survival. There is nothing small about a soul that still dares to dream, even after being told no 1,000 times. You were given talents, even if you haven't uncovered them yet. You were given gifts, even if they feel hidden beneath layers of uncertainty. Maybe your hands were meant to heal, or maybe they were meant to build. Maybe your voice was meant to soothe, or maybe it was meant to stir the world into action. Maybe your mind was designed to solve great mysteries, or maybe your heart was shaped to love in a way that brings light to the darkest corners. Whatever it is, whatever you were meant to do, it is yours alone. No one else can do it the way you can. The world will try to shape you, to mold you into something you are not. It will tell you to quiet your passions, to dim your light, so that others are more comfortable in your presence. But you were never meant to be silent. You were never meant to shrink. You were built to shine, to rise, to step into the fullness of who you were created to be. And when you step boldly into your purpose, you will find that the doors begin to open, not all at once, not always in the way you expect, but they will open. And even when one closes, even when the road bends in a direction you did not anticipate, trust that it is leading you somewhere. Nothing is wasted. Every experience, every tear, every lesson, it all serves a purpose. It all builds you, strengthens you, prepares you for what is to come. But purpose is not always a grand, sweeping thing. It does not always come with fireworks and applause. Sometimes it is quiet. Sometimes it is found in the gentle moments, the kindness you show to a stranger, the encouragement you give to a friend, the patience you extend to yourself. Purpose is in the everyday, in the simple act of showing up, of choosing to keep going even when the path is uncertain. So do not let the world tell you that you are ordinary. Do not let your fears convince you that you are unworthy. Do not let your past chain you to a future that is not yours. You were designed intentionally, beautifully, purposefully, and this world is waiting, whether it knows it or not, for you to step fully into who you were meant to be. There's a power within you that even you may not fully understand yet, a force so undeniable, so unshakable, that the moment you recognize it, the moment you step into it, the whole world shifts. But too often, that power is buried beneath years of doubt, of fear, of voices that told you who you should be instead of who you truly are. The world has a way of making us forget that we were crafted with intention, that every fiber of our being was woven together with purpose. It makes us believe that we are just passing through, that we must settle for what is given rather than reach for what is possible. But oh, what a lie that is. Because you right now in this moment hold something inside you that no one else ever could. No one else in history. No one else in the future. Only you. You see, when something is designed with purpose, it is never random. It is never without thought. A sculptor does not chip away at stone without an image in mind. A painter does not stroke the canvas without a vision. And just as the greatest works of art were carefully, deliberately created, so were you. Not a single detail was left to chance. Your laughter, your strength, your compassion, even your struggles. But the world will try to make you forget that. It will tell you that you are unremarkable, that you are just another person, one among billions, insignificant in the grand scheme of things. But the world is wrong, because if you were truly insignificant, why would you have the dreams that burn inside you? Why would you feel the pull towards something greater? Why would you long for something more? That longing you feel, that quiet whisper in the back of your mind telling you that you were made for more. It is not a mistake. It is not a foolish hope. It is a calling, a reminder, a spark that was placed in you before you ever took your first breath. And no matter how much the world tries to smother it, no matter how much life tries to beat it down, it will never go out completely. It will always be there, waiting for you to listen. But you must be willing to hear it. You must be willing to believe that you were made with intention, that your existence is not accidental. You must be willing to fight for that purpose, to push past the noise, to break free from the chains of doubt and fear that have kept you from stepping into who you were meant to be. Because let me tell you, the world does not need another person simply going through the motions. It does not need another soul drifting aimlessly, settling for a life that does not light them up from the inside. No, what the world needs, what the world has been waiting for, is you, the real you, the one who dares to embrace their calling, the one who refuses to be bound by fear, the one who knows that they were designed for something greater and will not stop until they find it. That is the you the world needs. But finding your purpose is not always easy. It is not always laid out in a clear, straight path. Sometimes it feels like wandering through the dark, searching for something just beyond your reach. Sometimes it feels like stumbling, falling, getting lost along the way. And that is okay. That is part of the journey, because purpose is not about perfection. It is not about having all the answers. It is about trust, trusting that every step, even the missteps, are leading you somewhere. Trusting that even in the moments when you feel lost, you are still moving in the right direction. Trusting that the fire inside you, no matter how dim it may seem, will never go out completely. And oh, how the world will try to test you, how it will throw obstacles in your path, try to convince you that you are not strong enough, not smart enough, not capable enough to walk the road set before you. It will try to tell you that you should be realistic, that you should settle, that you should lower your expectations so you do not get hurt. But listen to me. Your purpose is not meant to fit inside the tiny box the world has tried to place you in. It is not meant to be something small, something quiet, something easy. No, your purpose is bold. It is fierce. It is bigger than anything you can even imagine. And if you are willing to fight for it, if you are willing to push past the voices that tell you that you cannot, if you are willing to rise even when the world tries to knock you down, then nothing can stop you. And let me tell you something else. Your purpose is not just about you. It never was. Because when you step into your calling, when you fully embrace who you were meant to be, you do not just change your own life. You change the lives of those around you. You become the light in someone else's darkness. You become the proof that it is possible, that they too can rise, that they too can step into something greater. Because purpose is not a solitary thing. It is a ripple stretching far beyond what you can see, touching lives you may never even know. Think about it. Think about the people who have inspired you, the ones who have lifted you up, who have given you hope when you needed it most. They were walking in their purpose, whether they knew it or not. And now it is your turn. Your turn to be that light for someone else. Your turn to be the proof that purpose is real, that dreams are worth chasing, that life is meant to be lived fully and without fear. But do not wait. Do not wait for the perfect moment, for the perfect circumstances, for everything to feel safe and certain, because purpose does not wait. It does not sit idly by, waiting for you to be ready. It calls to you now, in this moment, in the very breath you are taking. It is already within you, waiting for you to claim it. So do not let another day go by believing that you are anything less than extraordinary. Do not let another day go by thinking that you were not designed with intention, with love, with a purpose that is greater than you can imagine. There are moments in life when the weight of the world presses against your spirit. Moments when you wonder if you will ever find your way. The days stretch long, the nights even longer, and you begin to question if all of this, your struggles, your heartaches, your hopes, has any meaning at all. You look around and see others moving forward, chasing their dreams, finding their place, and you ask yourself, where do I belong? That question echoes in the chambers of your mind. And if you let it, it will paralyze you. But let me tell you, that question is not meant to break you. It is meant to wake you up. Because when you ask where you belong, what you are truly searching for is the purpose that has been inside you all along. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. You are not an accident drifting aimlessly in a world that does not care. Oh no, my dear, you were placed here with intention, with love, with something inside you that the world desperately needs. But sometimes before you can step fully into that purpose, you have to unlearn the lies that have kept you small. You have to let go of the belief that you are not enough, that your past disqualifies you, that your dreams are too big. You have to understand that your journey is not meant to look like anyone else's, that your path is yours alone, and that even when the road twists and turns in ways you did not expect, it is still leading you exactly where you are meant to go. Too many people spend their lives waiting for the right moment, waiting for the right sign, waiting for someone else to tell them it is okay to believe in themselves. But purpose does not wait. It does not sit idly by, waiting for you to feel ready. It is already moving, already calling your name, already making a way for you even when you cannot see it. And so you must decide, will you keep waiting, keep doubting, keep holding yourself back out of fear? Or will you take a step, even a small one, in the direction of what sets your soul on fire? Because purpose is not found in hesitation. It is found in movement, in action, in the willingness to try, even when you are afraid. There will be days when you stumble, days when you feel as though you are walking in circles, unsure if you are making any progress at all. And that is okay, because purpose is not always a straight path, not always clear from the beginning. Sometimes it is discovered in the struggle, in the moments when you rise even after falling. Sometimes it is found in the unexpected detours, in the lessons you never planned to learn. Do not be discouraged when the road is hard. Do not turn back when things do not go the way you thought they would, because even in those moments, you are still moving forward. Even in those moments, you are being shaped, refined, prepared for what is to come. You were built to endure. You were built to rise. And the challenges you face are not meant to break you, but to strengthen you, to prepare you for what lies ahead. Because purpose is not just about what you do. It is about who you become in the process. It is about the resilience that grows inside you, the wisdom you gain, the courage you find in the midst of difficulty. And when you embrace that, when you begin to see every struggle as a step towards something greater, you will realize that nothing is wasted. Every moment, every tear, every setback, it all has a place in your story. And your story, my dear, is not meant to be one of defeat. But you cannot walk in your purpose while holding on to fear. You cannot move forward while clinging to the voices that told you you are not enough. You must be willing to let go of the doubts, the insecurities, the need for approval. Let go of the idea that you have to be perfect before you begin. Because purpose is not about perfection. It is about stepping forward in faith, even when you do not have all the answers. It is about trusting that the very things that make you different, the very things that set you apart, are the things that make you powerful. You were not meant to blend in. You were not meant to shrink yourself to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. You were designed to stand out, to take up space, to walk boldly in the direction of your calling. And yes, people may not always understand you. They may question your choices, doubt your dreams, try to pull you back into the comfort of the familiar. But listen to me, you do not need their permission to live the life you were created for. You do not need their approval to step into your purpose, because your purpose was not given to them, it was given to you. And so you must be willing to walk alone if necessary. You must be willing to move forward even when others do not see what you see, because purpose is not always understood by those who have never dared to chase their own. But do not let that stop you. Do not let their fear become your fear. Instead, let your light shine so brightly, let your passion burn so fiercely that even those who once doubted you cannot help but see the power in what you are doing. The world needs you to be exactly who you were meant to be. Not a watered down version, not a version that fits neatly into a mold someone else created, but the real you. The bold you, the passionate you, the one who knows deep in their soul that they were made for something more. And when you embrace that, when you stop hiding, when you stop waiting for permission and finally claim the life that was meant for you, everything changes. Because purpose is not something you find, it is something you become. It is not a destination you reach, but a journey you walk every single day. And when you choose to step into it, to live it fully, you will see that every piece of your life, every struggle, every triumph, every moment was leading you here all along. Life has a way of making you forget who you are. It piles weight upon your shoulders, distractions in your path, voices in your ear telling you what you should be, how you should act, where you should go. And if you are not careful, you start believing them. You start thinking that your existence is just about survival, about making it through each day, about following a path that was drawn by someone else's hands. But deep down, in the quiet places of your heart, you know there is more. You know there is something inside you that refuses to be silenced, a calling that has been with you since the beginning, whispering that you were not just placed here to exist, but to live with purpose, to move with intention, to leave behind something greater than yourself. That knowing, that fire inside you is not a mistake. It is not some passing thought or fleeting desire. It is real, and it is waiting for you to acknowledge it. But the world will try to convince you otherwise. It will tell you that dreams are childish, that passion fades, that responsibility should always come before fulfillment. It will push you toward safety, toward comfort, toward predictability. And if you let it, it will steal from you the very thing that makes you extraordinary. Because purpose does not thrive in comfort. It does not grow in places where nothing ever changes. Purpose is found in the boldness of stepping outside the lines, in the willingness to embrace uncertainty, in the courage to believe that you were made for something more. But believing is not enough. You have to act. You have to move. You have to take that first step, even when the path is unclear, because purpose does not reveal itself all at once. It is uncovered piece by piece, moment by moment, choice by choice. It is found in the times you decide to keep going, even when giving up seems easier. It is discovered in the risks you take, in the lessons you learn, in the faith you have that even when things do not go as planned, you are still being guided towards something greater. And the truth is, purpose is not always glamorous. It is not always grand gestures or life-altering moments. Sometimes it is found in the smallest acts, in the quietest decisions. It is in the way you show kindness when no one is watching, in the way you lift others up when they have lost their way, in the way you choose to keep believing in yourself, even when the world tells you otherwise. Purpose is not about what you do. It is about who you are becoming. It is about the impact you leave on the hearts of those around you, the legacy you build with every choice you make. But do not think that purpose means an easy road. It does not mean a life without struggle, without failure, without moments of doubt. In fact, purpose is often forged in the fire of adversity. It is refined through hardship, strengthened through trials. Because if you never struggled, you would never grow. If you never faced obstacles, you would never find the strength within you to overcome them. And that strength, that resilience, is part of your purpose too. It is part of the story you are meant to tell, part of the light you are meant to shine into the world. There will be moments when you wonder if you are enough, when the journey feels too long, when the dreams feel too distant, when the voices of doubt grow too loud. And in those moments, you must remind yourself of this. You were designed with intention. You were placed here for a reason. There is something inside you that no one else can offer, something the world desperately needs. And even if you cannot see it now, even if you do not understand exactly where you are going, you must trust that every step you take is bringing you closer to where you are meant to be. You must also understand that purpose is not about comparison. It is not about measuring your path against someone else's, not about feeling behind because others seem to have it all figured out. Your journey is yours alone. Your timing is yours alone, and no one else can walk your path for you. So do not waste time looking at what others are doing, wondering if you are enough, doubting your own abilities. Focus on your own road. Focus on your own growth. Because the moment you stop trying to be like everyone else, the moment you embrace who you truly are, is the moment you step fully into the power of your purpose. And when you do, when you finally stop holding yourself back, you will begin to see how everything, every struggle, every heartbreak, every delay was preparing you for this. You will realize that nothing was wasted, that every experience, no matter how painful, was shaping you into the person you were always meant to become. You will see that even the moments that felt like failures were actually lessons, that even the detours were leading you exactly where you needed to go. Because purpose is not about perfection. It is not about having all the answers. It is about trusting the process, believing in yourself, and continuing forward even when the road is uncertain. But here's the most important thing you must remember. You do not need permission to live in your purpose. You do not need validation from others to step into your calling. You do not need to wait until you feel ready, because you will never feel fully ready. There will always be reasons to hesitate, always be fears trying to hold you back. But purpose is not about waiting for the perfect moment. It is about stepping forward despite the fear. It is about knowing that even if you stumble, even if you fall, you are still moving forward. You are still growing. You are still becoming the person you were meant to be. And that in itself is purpose. It is not just the destination, not just the achievements, not just the moments of success. It is the journey. It is in every single step you take, in every single choice you make. It is in the way you continue to rise, continue to believe, continue to push forward, even when the world tells you to stop. So do not stop. Do not shrink yourself. Do not let fear keep you from becoming everything you were meant to be, because you, exactly as you are, were designed with purpose. You were created with intention, and the world is waiting for you to step fully into that truth. So now, after everything, after every word that has reached your heart, you must ask yourself, what will you do with this truth? Will you let it settle inside you? Let it wake something in you that can never again be ignored? Because you were not made to sit in the shadows, to play small, to live in fear of what could go wrong. You were made for something greater. Every step you have taken, every challenge you have faced, every longing you have felt deep in your soul, it has all been leading you here. And now the choice is yours. Will you answer the call? Will you embrace the purpose that has been inside you all along? The world is waiting for you, not as someone else, not as a version molded by doubt, but as you, bold, fearless, and fully alive in the power of who you were always meant to be.